Peace and love, everybody. Salute. Salute to all the good people out there. Um, okay, you guys. There is something, there's something that I wanted to get into. It's definitely been a consistent issue for the past 2 months, and it's something that persists up until this point, and definitely something that continues to perplex me, you guys. Something that I do not fully understand, something that is bewildering, something that is very curious and quite disrespectful, if I'm being honest, which I always intend to be. It's definitely disrespectful to the sport of boxing and to true boxing fans and supporters. And that is the fact that Tank Davis continues to dote upon Ryan billionth of a gram Garcia. Blatantly and shamelessly so. Unabashedly doting over Ryan Garcia, y'all. I know y'all see it. What is this, y'all? For real. I'm asking. What is this? It's quite unfortunate because, after Tank's stunning victory over Frank Martin this past weekend, we want to sit and we want to admire, his triumph. We want to admire the fact that he, answered a lot of questions for the boxing world and people who were in question about his resume and the type of level of fighter that he was, competing against. And then he got up against the likes of Frank Martin, and we saw the result that we wound up getting. Everybody's in fascination with the fact that he overcame that with a lot of ease and made his adjustments with ease. His wisdom at work, his experience was at work. We're all riding the high off of what we saw, in his first fight back in over a year and all of that, right? But after that stunning victory this past weekend, what disrupted it for me, real talk, was seeing Ryan billionth of a gram goddamn Garcia running in to that ring, running up to the ring, okay? That man ran to that ring. He threw himself into the arms of Gervonta Tank Davis as one would see somewhere in a goddamn romantic drama or something. And this man, Ryan, was adorned with a shirt that read, Tank's #1 fan. That's what his shirt said, Tank's #1 fan. And on the back, the shirt read, rematch me, bitch. Do you see this shit, y'all? Ryan was so excited to show off, his little shirt. He was so excited to show his beloved Gervonta his outfit that he picked out and wore especially for him on his special night. Ain't that something? Are they trying to make it last forever out here in these streets? Ain't that how the song go? Make it last forever. You feel me? The fuck? Okay? Are they just out here letting love lead the way? Is that how things are moving now? I'm not for this. I don't stand for this. I'm not with it. I got questions, you guys. Big questions. Are we going to talk about this? That's one of the questions I want to pose here today. Are we going to talk about this as a community, as a boxing community, this stance, this posturing that we are seeing? Are we going to divulge this topic, this matter in which the parading of this twisted solidarity between these two men is being toted around and exposed? Are we going to talk about the way these men are playing in our goddamn faces? Because that's what's happening right now, y'all. That's what's been happening. Are we going to talk about how problematic and precarious this looks for the boxing world as a whole? and the future of the sport. Now, I know that there are going to be a lot of motherfucking fanboys up in here, swinging and walking with their red bottoms on up in my comment section. I know there's going to be people, who don't like to dwell in this type of thing. They don't like the deep end of things. Well, actually, they probably do. Pause. But, they really like the surface area where things are safe. They like the surface level where the acceptance is, where the general delusion is warm and comforting for their egos. But I am not called Mars for no reason, y'all. We take heart over here, and I put that fire down wherever I stand, period. Okay? It's looking fucking weird. Keep it the fuck real. The real ones know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's weird as hell seeing this twisted solidarity being promoted and toted about in our faces. It's weird. What exactly is Tank Davis trying to put across in this particular stance that he has? Real talk, I don't know exactly what Tank Davis is looking to promote with this position that he's taking. But despite his beautiful performance, and just in general, his magnanimous reputation as a whole, the man's moves, real talk, are fucking whack. Okay? Highly questionable. I got to keep it a buck here. To me, it's questionable as fuck to me, the moves that he makes. Point blank, period. I said what the fuck I said. Ryan Garcia is a drug cheat with several cases on his back, pending his use of illegal IVs and all the breaches that he's made, uses of banned substances, the breach of his contract, the tampering now with goddamn samples, and he's also dealing with defamation of multiple companies. All of this was done to conceal his violation of the sport, his violation of Devin Haney, his violation of every single person who considers themselves a legitimate, genuine fight fan and himself. You know what I mean? What I do not get is, how Tank Davis has, from the onset been very vocal and avid in his stance and support of Ryan Garcia. Okay, he's definitely made it clear. He's made no bones about it. That man stayed on goddamn Twitter with his love poems to Ryan Garcia, just in case niggas motherfucking got it twisted, who he's in support of. He made it clear that he stands beside Ryan's illegality. He stands beside his illegality. Okay? For months, he postured that Ryan was innocent. The goddamn man petitioned against questions and quarrels against Ryan's character. He went at the head of fans and boxing outlets and anybody else that called Ryan out for his blatant disrespect of Devin and the sport. I mean, you name it. It's insane. There have been no limits to the extent, it seems, to which Tank was willing to show his devotion to that man. That shit is bizarre, y'all. I don't get it. You've got to be absolutely deaf, dumb, and blind to not see how unusually suspect that shit has been and continues to be up until this point. Insane, you guys. What is prompting this adamance in Tank Davis? What is prompting the adamance, this need, this insatiable need to support Ryan Garcia's behavior and to do so on a public platform, openly, publicly? What purpose is this serving for Tank Davis specifically? That's a big question that I'm putting on the table here, because obviously something is gained out of it. Now, what that is, I have no idea, but it's definitely specific, something specific, okay? I definitely want this to be looked at and examined, because it is not, I'm not trying to, mystify anybody with these types of dialogues. It must be looked at and examined because it's a matter that stands to affect the sport as a whole. And as a supporter of the sport, I'm not going to sit in denial of the fact that this should not be happening on any level. And when it does, it needs to be handled with all the fervor possible. to eliminate any further possibilities of it progressing onto future events in between, future matches. It's just, it has no place here. That is why I have so many questions that I'm raising as it pertains to Tank Davis and his public support, his unabashed, unapologetic support of Ryan Garcia in the matter. It's insane to me. Okay? And I want to look at it and examine it for what it is. Because, a lot of people, really want to just put a cloak over it and call it a day, tuck it up under a rug somewhere. But I'm not into that type of shit. I got questions and I pose those questions. What does Tank stand to gain from this? Okay. And what's also very perplexing for me is that, you hear things of Tank Davis and it really kind of just rounds out a notion that I have of him, which is this, it's feeding into this sense of, or at least the display of carelessness that he has, because of course we've heard Tank Davis say, he don't give a damn about belts, right? He has no intention, basically, within that statement of solidifying legacy for himself. Okay, by denouncing and denying the acquiring of belts, he is saying he has no intention for solidifying a legacy like that of the giants before him, like that of the legends who have paved the way, all the beautiful, beautiful brothers, the beautiful kings who have paved the way. He has no intention of following that path. Okay? It's insane to me. What champion doesn't want to acquire their championship? What sportsman doesn't consider themselves a champion or aspire to become one? It's absolutely bizarre to me, you guys. This is this man's posture. So it's actually no surprise to me that he also apparently doesn't give a fuck about drug cheats in this sport. That's evident. What the fuck does this man give a damn about? Huh? He don't care about belts. He don't care about drug cheats. He's taking pictures and high-fiving them and kissing them on the cheek. What's going on here? What does he want? What does he support? Not named goddamn Ryan Garcia. You feel me? And I hate to be so harsh on the young king because I really do rock with him. Y'all already know. Well, I don't know if y'all know, but y'all should know. The real ones know. I rocks with this king. It's hard not to, as talented and as beautiful of a warrior this young brother is. But that's why I say the moves are questionable for me. I don't get it. I don't get it. What type of time is this man on, Tank Davis? What code is he on? I sit back in amazement, stunned by how much of the boxing world is not calling this man out on his bullshit right now. Actually, then again, I can't be surprised at all because this game is pretty much infamous for its partisan towards its picks and its pets. Okay? It's a shame, however, that this mindset of the pick, of the pet and all of that shit, that they can take that to such an extent, of not valuing, let's say, the life of a fighter. Okay? They could bypass the care of the life of the fighter just to uphold a bias for another. That's the part that's sickening in all of this, in my observation. Tank Davis and Ryan goddamn billionth of a gram parading their affection around for the world to see is one of the most outlandish things I've seen in boxing, you guys. What of this message? What is this public display telling us? It's a question I've posed before, and it's one that I'm running back right now. Let's not forget that both of these men have also openly bashed the Vada Association for whatever goddamn reason, okay? The Vada Association, which is known and hailed for offering and promoting effective anti-doping practices to fighters, of course, as we know, okay? Because basically, because of the fact that commissions, are state regulated, You know what I'm saying? They haven't constructed an all-inclusive, comprehensive way, let's say, of mandating the testing or handling testing in an all-inclusive, comprehensive way. And this is where Vada comes in. This is where the fighter would take it upon himself to be proactive and sign up for the Vada testing to ensure their commitment to a clean sport, basically. So they do this voluntarily. Okay, they sign up and they take the initiative in the matter to make sure that they get the testing that they need, or that they should feel that they need. This is what Vada is about. This is what WADA is about. WADA conducts the tests. Okay, they take the samples that were collected and presented by Vada and they test them, and that's where you get your results and all of that from. Tank and Ryan's basically denouncement of the Vada program is a serious problem, y'all. How the fuck do you, my mind is just blown. The public denouncement from them of the Vada program is a severe disrespect to the sport of boxing. Why the fuck are people timid about calling this what it is? The only organizations at hand currently and actively providing thorough, comprehensive testing to fighters to ensure that lives are safe as possible, as they already are going to be engaging in a dangerous battle, okay? This practice is being degraded by two fighters? It's crazy to me. Two men who fight, professional fighters, who know what's at stake when they are in that ring. How the fuck does that make sense that they would degrade and berate and belittle a program that is set up to ensure, to the best of its ability, their safety in an environment that is already precarious and dangerous? The logic ain't logicking, you guys. Aren't these men's lives also put on the goddamn line, Tank and Ryan? Would they find it okay if another man, okay, the man opposite them, another opponent, would they find it all right if he doped up to his goddamn gills in banned substances so he could win a fight over them? Would they be so nonchalant about it? Would they be frolicking in a field of goddamn daisies hand in hand in the sunset together if somebody that they were facing doped up to their goddamn neck in PEDs? And God forbid, put Tank's life in the trash just for the sake of a victory? I don't think we'd be painting our goddamn toenails. Or at least he wouldn't be if he found some shit like that out. What is going on? How has it become cute for Tank to bash the anti-doping agency, but shower the motherfucker caught doping with hugs and goddamn kisses? Ain't that some shit, y'all? I'm astounded. Okay? Is this what we're condoning? Is this the new wave? This must be the new wave now. Like motherfucking lime green purses and blue fingernail polish on these motherfuckers. This is crazy. It must be the wave because we got Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia as the poster boys for being okay with doping. Okay? That's exactly what's happening. Got the two poster boys. So, all of a sudden it's okay. Oh, PDs ain't that bad. Oh, it was only a billionth of a goddamn gram. And all these other motherfucking excuses and crazy, crazy ass statements people have made since the onset of these findings. These men goddamn kissing and hugging up on each other is basically a statement being made that, it's okay to cheat and still be a superstar, y'all. It's still okay if you cheat as long as you're a boxing darling. You can do it too, see? It's insane. This is precisely what the public affection is saying to you, the boxing fan. Okay? And I'd go further and I'd say that it's being exemplified to other fighters as well, because it's posing the danger of saying to fighters, oh, you see how large Ryan's following is? He's so popular. Rules don't apply to him, right? Or things like, see what being considered the face of boxing can do? As long as you're popular and a pet pick, you're good to go, sir. No, it's not projecting the proper message in any capacity, in any aspect that you want to look at it from. It's just not giving. It's not giving. We love this sport. It's not giving. This is what I sacrifice all of my time, my blood, my energy for. It's not giving. We respect the people that show up for us. It's not giving anything but a popularity contest. And there's an entire mindless public that's eating it up. I don't really like to address, the state of mind that is catered to predominantly in boxing, which is, a sense of a perspective that caters to and reinforces mindlessness. I don't like to address that sort of thing because on my platform, what I seek to do is speak to people who are cognizant, people who like to exercise a sense of intelligibility about processing the information that is in front of them, whether they are boxing fans, whether they're men, whether they're women, or whomever, or whatever corner of the world they walk, or whatever things that they are into. I like to think that I'm engaging with intelligent people, people who prefer coherency and demand a sense of coherency in whatever they are into. Boxing is no different. Just because it's a sport, I'm gonna process information the way that I do in my actual life. I'm gonna call bullshit out the way I would in real life because I'm a real person engaging with a real passion for a sport that I love. So I don't really like to engage that type of mentality or that type of person, that type of consumer. But it is an issue that I find very pervasive, just as a culture, as a construct right now within the social aspect of things. And I just think it's a shame, that this type of perspective is being incited in people to kind of approach, let's say boxing, because this is what we're talking about right now. So, to approach boxing with a timidity, with a tepid, non-participatory, stance, no involvement outside of you clicking a button and buying a fucking pay-per-view or hitting a like button or giving a view to this. I'm not a fucking view. I'm also not a fucking click. And I damn sure as hell ain't only a goddamn pay-per-view buy. I'm in person. Okay, I'm a grown woman and I demand for my intelligence to be respected the way that I respect my own goddamn intelligence. So, there really is this pervasive demeanor within the boxing world that just, wants you to follow blindly. They don't want you to ask questions. They just look at you as a number, as a pay-per-view buy, as a click, as an extra view of the day or something like that. And it's insane. And I definitely encourage people to not place themselves within that sense of mindlessness, because it really is a cloak and a blanket that they would really like to just throw over everybody. And it doesn't work like that on my page, at least. That's something that I always intend to fight against, because to be a boxing fan does not mean you are mindless, does not mean that you do not have your own opinion or your own assertions and your own judgments about the sport, about the fighters that we support, or anything else. But because they cater to that particular stance or that particular mindset, they know that there will be a percentage of people who will eat it up. And when I say they, I'm talking about your YouTube channels, whether they are, commercially successful or not, just a prevailing theme, a master narrative, if you will. They know that there is a group of people, however large or small the percentage, they know that there are going to be that group of people that eat it up and who help promote and spew the nonsense. Okay, instead of giving backlash where it's due, they bypass. They know there will be a group of people that will bypass instead of give backlash. Okay, they know there are people that are going to have their tongues long up these fighters' asses. Okay, case in point for Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, and the behavior and the display that we're seeing from these two men in support of the scandal and the drug cheating, and them reinforcing that it's okay what was done. They are condoning what Ryan Garcia has done by publicly doting upon each other. And they know that there will be a mindless public that backs that starts to say, oh, it's not this big of a deal and that big of a deal. They want you to be talking like that on social media. They want you to put videos about things like that cloak and disguise, the severity and the importance of the actions that were being done and the severity of what that means, that such things can be bypassed by the public. Okay, they will definitely reinforce that mindlessness by feeding you more garbage, more mystification, more blurred lines. All right. And the fact that the disrespect from these two men has been unwavering and that it persists up until now is absolutely astounding to me. I cannot say that enough. Okay. And nobody can give me an intelligible answer as to why we are seeing this parading around from these two men. Nobody can give me an answer, y'all. Okay. I hear the excuses. That's for sure. I hear a lot of ass kissing, but no answers. No answers. I don't know how anybody can call themselves a fan of the sport and a supporter of the sportsmen and warriors that we love and not give a fuck about the well-being of these individuals that get into that ring. How are you a boxing fan? I can't even tell you how many times I've come across this easy type of way, this easy approach. Oh, okay, well, yeah, it happens. Or, you know what? Yeah, I heard about it, but, I don't really know too much about that information, so I can't make a call on it. What? You mean a fucking call on a positive test? That a motherfucker pop dirty? What is there to call, motherfucker? The proof is in the goddamn pudding. It just bewilders me, y'all, for real. And it's to the point where cheerleading, the loudest for a fighter, has taken precedence over the life of a fighter. Make that make sense to me, y'all. Your cheerleading for a fighter takes precedence over the life of fighters in general. This is the level of fanboyism that I be talking about, y'all. It's crazy to me. These are the people also calling themselves boxing fans, you guys. Motherfuckers care more about riding a nigga than a nigga dying. What? I know you motherfuckers think that, these fighters are superheroes, comic book heroes or something. But their lives are quite literally at stake getting into the lion's den of the boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? God forbid if anything were to happen, to any of our favorites, that we love. But it's a shame that it happens, period, within the sport. People literally put their lives on the line and literally sometimes do not make it home. Okay, this is not a game. I know y'all hate Bill Haney for whatever sus-ass reason y'all got, sassy-ass attitude with this man, like he denied giving you his number or something. But Bill really wasn't playing when he made the statement, that man was trying to kill my baby. This shit is true, you guys. This is reality. This is real. He was not kidding, because that's absolutely what was at stake in the case of Ryan Garcia's cheating. In addition to the risks already posed to a fighter once he steps in that ring. Let's not lull over the severity and reality of that matter. This is why I question the moves of Gervonta Tank Davis in his motherfucking high-fiving of Ryan Garcia and hugging up and loving up on this man. Because he is making it quite evident that he didn't give a damn about the life of his brother in that ring on April 20th. And it's also being posed that he may not, quite frankly, give a fuck about any other brother's life in that ring or anyone's life outside of his own and what gets him higher on the totem pole of popularity. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. But I don't like it, and I definitely don't condone it. It's quite unfortunate, to sit back and watch this brother, doting over this man. Oh, you guys. The logic just ain't logicking. It's just not. Anyway, I'll end it here. We'll see, I guess, what unfolds, you guys. I don't even know what to expect considering, Mr. Billionth of a Gram's case. There's still so much developing with that whole situation, but definitely in the matter of Tank Davis, I don't know. Congrats to the king, of course, on his win. This has nothing to do with him as a fighter. I really do rock with him in his progress as a fighter, but I just don't respect his position at all, or his stance in the support, in the adamant, vehement, support of Ryan Garcia. I just don't respect it. I can't respect that. It's a discredit to the sport that I love, and it's not something that I can back or condone. But anyway, that's it for me, you guys. I'm on to the next. Peace.